Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, 6:23. We got about 7 minutes to market open. Let me get everything all ready over here. And then we should be good to go. All right. So today's Thursday. I checked the news. I don't think there's much going on today. I'll check the news again to confirm if I missed anything. But for the most part, it looks like there's not much going on today. So the market might be a little slow. Usually when there's no news, volatility is just kind of dead because there's nothing really going on, but we'll see. Hopefully that'll provide for some smooth markets for us to trade this morning. So got that set up right there. Let's check. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's anything. I mean, there's like light news, but nothing too crazy. Let me go ahead and set the room up real quick and then we can get started. The Zoom link for you guys here in the premium. All right. Go there. All right, guys, I'm gonna start letting people into the room. Just give me 1 second for me to finish setting up the YouTube real quick. And then we get started. We got about 6 minutes till market open, so it's going to come up pretty shortly. Get these at a good height. All right, cool. So I think that's good right there. Let me let everybody into the room. YouTube looks like it's ready. Let me send out this link, and then we can analyze US 30. So like I just mentioned earlier, guys, if you guys are just joining the room, I just mentioned earlier that there's no news. There's not really much news today that's really going to affect the market from my knowledge. So if that's the case where there's not much news, volatility is going to be pretty low. If you guys have been following the Forex market, it's not moving at all. It's been pretty dead. Also, the US 30 market, it broke the all-time high again, I believe. This was the previous all-time high. It broke it at 1 o'clock this morning, and then now it established a new high. And that's where the London high is up there. So we'll see how the market moves. Hopefully it moves a little bit, like enough for us to take some scalps. But I mean, for the most part, the market might be pretty slow because there is no news today. So let me see. Unless you guys know of anything, I'm not sure if there's like anything going on with the Fed that I'm not familiar with or that I'm not up to date with. That might be going on. So if you guys are familiar with that, just let us know so we can check other sources. So it's 6:25, market opens in about 5 minutes. Let everybody into the room. All right, cool. Morning, Lawrence. Morning, Ansong. Morning, Dave. Morning, Taryn. Morning, Mark. Morning, William. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Peter. Morning, Essa. Morning, Eunice. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Tommy. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Alex. All right, guys. So let's see. Looking over here at the market. So on the 1 hour, we have a bullish bias. Reason for that is because price is above the pivots, the trend meter is green, sorry. Price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Looking here on the 10-minute same situation, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Here on the 3-minute, same situation, price is above the pivots, trend meter is green. And lastly, over here on the 1 minute, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So looking on all these timeframes over here, it's indicating a bullish bias on the technical side. Looking over here on the fundamental side, refreshing this, the futures are up 39 points. So that's currently indicating a bullish move as well. Lastly, here on market sentiment, there's about 77% of people who are short. So with that said, we're going to be looking for a buy on the breakout. Reason for that is because technical bias shows a buy, fundamental bias shows a buy as well, and market sentiment is selling. So that's perfect because we don't want to be trading in the direction of everyone else. Here's the 1 minute scalp right here. It's going to hit TP already. It looks like I didn't take this trade. I'm just going to mark it up. I don't recommend anyone take it because it is, the market's going to open in about 3 minutes. You're going to see some spikes, but I'm just going to mark it up right there so you guys can see. Also, because it's getting close to the all-time high right there. Let me go ahead and just draw this up as the all-time high. And then as price continues to drop lower, we'll keep drawing the liquidity zones because price is just continuing to push up higher and higher. I think it's going to break above it. So if it breaks above it, we're probably going to look for that buy off the breakout. But for the most part, it looks like it's going to keep pushing up. If you can see here, price has been ranging around where the Asia high and New York high was from yesterday. So it's kind of just going sideways. What I expect it to do is probably break out above, come back down slightly, and then continue to push up higher. But it might not be that simple. What might happen here is price might come up. This is what I probably expect to happen. It's going to come up and it's going to come back down. Then it's going to come back up. And it's probably going to come back down a little bit to scare people and lure some more sellers in. And then it's just going to skyrocket. That's kind of what I see happening. I don't see it being a smooth move at all because it is at the all-time high. It's broken the all-time high every day this week. So we'll see what happens in the next couple minutes. But this is pretty much what I see right here on my end. So we'll see what happens. Market opens in about 2 minutes. Once the market opens, we'll see what the fundamentals are going to provide for us here. Let's see. Morning, Sai, morning, Miles. Eunice said, is it risky though? Because it's at the all-time high. Yeah, that's the main reason why it's risky, Eunice, because it's at the all-time high. So that's why I'm probably, I might take it, I might not. If I do take it, I'll let you guys know. But, we'll see once the market actually opens, because I'm not sure how volatility is going to be this morning, especially with how dead the market has been for the most part. And Paul also confirmed that we have natural gas storage at 10:30, which is low impact. Definitely. We'll keep in track of it to see, but I don't think it's really going to affect it too much. Hey, morning, Riga. Morning, everybody. Market's opening in about 10 seconds. And this is why I'm going to take the 1 minute right here, right? See how it spiked all the way down? Because it's so close to this all-time high right here. So this is a reason why I wouldn't have taken that trade. And I'm going to go ahead and just mark this up right here as well. Huge spike to the downside. Wow, this thing's tanking. Look at this. This thing dropped how many points? Well over 600 pips right now within just a second. You can see right here, it's rejecting right off the Asia low. Such a perfect rejection. This new indicator is really helpful because price like almost always rejects off them perfectly. It literally rejected off that Asia low to the T. It rejected off and came all the way back up. So looking over here, we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. Let me check the fundamentals over here. So for the fundamentals, it's currently in the, it's bouncing back and forth. It's bouncing from the green and the red. It hit the all-time high this morning during London session. So that's where it's kind of risky because it just hit the high. Anyways, looking at the index over here, the index is, for the most part, even. It's not really going one direction or the other. But looking at this right here, this is where it becomes super risky. It came up, came down, and then now it's at the Asia low. This purple line right here is the Asia low. Looking over here on the 3 minute, let me see. Yeah, so price literally bounced off the, I'm gonna turn on my alerts. Price literally bounced off the, near the all-time high, the zone right here. It came down, now bounced off the Asia low right here. I think it'll probably keep coming down, but eventually it's going to shoot back up. The reason for that is because market sentiment is so high on the sell side. It kind of lowered a little bit, 76%, but it was at 77 a few minutes ago. So we'll see what happens right here, but it rejected exactly off that Asia low right there. This is the Asia high and this is the Asia low. Came down, rejected off it. So what I kind of see happening here is they're trapping more sellers. So they're dropping it right here. And what do you think happens? Like if you weren't following K2, like if you weren't following me and watching what I was analyzing here, if you saw this big drop, what would you expect? You're expecting it to, you're seeing this pattern right here, right? You're seeing a triple top because they're trying to trap more sellers in here. There's a triple top right here and people are like, oh, this has to drop because it's at an all-time high, right? They're going to let it drop a little bit. And then when you least expect it, so we can probably expect a rejection from here where it's already rejecting off or from down here. So depending on how many more sellers they want to, pack into this trade over here, if more people hop into the sell, they might let it come up a little bit, come right back down. And then when you least expect it, it's just going to skyrocket. Because the thing is, the market makers and institutions don't make money when all these people make money, right? They make money when they lose money. So you want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. But right now, currently, there's still a lot of sellers. It's high, but it's not very high, right? A couple of days ago, it was 80%. Last night, it was close to 80% as well. It was like 78. So what I'm seeing here is I'm probably seeing this. We're probably going to see it drop a little bit until this number over here increases. Once it's high enough, they'll spike it back up just like they did every single day this week, right? Check this out. Price came up. So this is from yesterday, actually. So yesterday over here, you can see price kind of drop. So this is from Monday, I believe. So Monday right here, price was dropping, consolidated a little bit. And then when they had enough sellers, they spiked it all the way up. Same thing happened the day after, consolidation, drop right here a little bit. And then what happens when they had enough sellers? Spiked it all the way up, right? It's the same pattern that's been repeating itself every single day this week. Generally, if there's so many people on one side, they just need to trap enough of them to make enough money, and then they spike it all the way up. Kind of like yesterday too, you can see right here, price came down, consolidated, dropped right here. As soon as there was like 80% of people short, they spiked it all the way up, right? So if you're on the wrong side of the market and you're doing what everyone else is doing, that's like 1,000 pip move right there almost. So, you can see right there. So you can see price rejected right off the London low, right? Came down to the London low, rejected off it, and now here it's spiking all the way up. So it came down, rejected off the low, and spiked up within a few seconds, at least 300 pips. Everything is kind of just getting, you can see right here, they're trapping more of these sellers. That's why I'm not really messing with the market yet. I'm waiting for it to confirm that it's actually going to push right back up before I hop in. Because the thing is, you don't want to hop in the sell, and then now you're in some heavy drawdown because you entered like at the low, basically, because it just, now here we got a double bottom, right? We got a double bottom where it rejected off here last night. Strong double bottom rejection. Look at this big green candle right here. So for markets like this, I generally don't like to trade it. I like to wait until, I have a better confirmation. Because the thing is, if you listen to me beginning of this session, I mentioned that market sentiment was super low. So with market sentiment super low and everything else pointing towards the upside, you're going to see a lot of manipulation. You're going to see price spike down, then it spikes back up. Exactly how it did right here, right? Price came up, rejected off the all-time high, and then it spiked down almost 900 pips. Down here, price came down to the London low, and then it spiked from here all the way back up, well over 500 pips. So, just keep that in mind, guys. The market is going to be heavily manipulated when price is at the all-time high, but it's going to be even more manipulated when people are trying to buy the top, because that's basically what happened here. A lot of people saw it reach the all-time high, and then this number over here increased. So this is a key number to be focused on. But either way, I'm going to be drawing liquidity zones as price continues to move. So right here we have the all-time high already. I'm looking for price to continue to establish a lower low. So I want it to come down, come back up, and then as soon as it comes back down, I'm going to draw another liquidity zone where the swing high was. And then from there, I'm just going to keep drawing it so that we can identify when these big reversals are happening. But everything that I marked up earlier, it's playing out exactly like I mentioned. I mentioned that if it breaks the Asia lower here, it's going to come down to the London low, and it's probably going to bounce off it, and that's what it did. So we're going to keep watching it, and then if I see something worth taking, then we'll take it. But currently right now, there's just nothing to take. All right. Yeah, and if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat and I can answer them. But for right now, there's not much for us to take because price is kind of bouncing around at this point. So right here, you can see a lot of you guys call these tweezers right here. So that pattern right there indicated a reversal, right? Came down, the tweezer confirmation, and then it shot back up. So we'll see what happens from here, but I'm not going to enter any trades until we have confirmed the move. Let's see. Kyle said there's a snipe. Let me check this real quick. I don't see a snipe here, Kyle. Are you looking at the, let me see. Because there's no rejection off the pivot. So if I was to just draw some zones here, there's no rejection off the pivot here. So I don't really see any snipes available. So if I turn this off, I zoom out from here, I turn this off too. Yeah, I don't see any snipe available here because there needs to be a rejection off a pivot and rejection off a structure. There's no rejection off any pivots over here. Price is just breaking through it. Let's see. On the 1 minute. So that strategy is not meant for the 1 minute, Kyle. If you're using the snipe strategy, that's a longer hold. So that's meant for the 10 minute and up. The everything on the lower time frames, you're going to see a lot of noise. So there's no I mean, either way, there's no entry here on the 1 minute either. Let me check. Okay, I see. Yeah, there's too much noise here on the 1 minute. It's like nearly impossible for you to catch something that is actually solid. So just looking at this right here, let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, because the thing is, if you're sniping here on the 1 minute, you can see that there's a lot of noise that goes back and forth. I mean, technically you can take trades when this happens, but as you can see right here, if you were to take this snipe right here, it would have been a complete loss. I mean, depending on where your stop loss was, right? Because there's technically an entry right there. If you were to take that for a long, you know, your stop loss would probably be pretty tight. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend applying this on the 1 minute. This strategy is meant for the 10 minute and up. Because technically, there's just too much noise. It goes back and forth too much. You know, a snipe is a snipe, right? You're looking for accuracy there, not necessarily like volume of trades. So that's why for the 10 minute, it goes a little bit smoother, and that's what we applied on. All right. Anyways, looking over here on the 1 minute. Here, let me see. Let me turn on my office AC real quick. It's starting to get hot here. Let's see. So we got a 10-minute signal over here. See if I see anything. And there you go. See this big spike up right here? It's like literally spiking up from the London low right here. So everything that we marked up earlier, it's starting to play out. But currently, right now, we're just waiting for you know, for some sort of confirmation. Because the thing is, we can't take any snipes until it comes above the pivots here. So price needs to come up above this area here for us to take some snipes to the upside, and then vice versa. We need, you know, same thing for the 1 minute over here. Turn this off. Yeah. Extra pivots here. All right. Michael said, how do I get the same as chart settings to the trend meter? I've tried everything, even saving as default. Yeah, Michael, when you go to default, it goes to the default, which is intraday. So if you want to go do it, you just go down here to trend meter, go to settings, go to inputs, and same as chart is the first option right there. So that's how you would fix it, Michael. If you go to default, it's always going to go to the default, which is intraday settings. So if you ever click default, it goes back. It never holds because you probably don't save your chart. Do you know how to use this option over here, Michael? It's called autosave. So if you autosave, it saves what your chart details are. You probably don't have that set. So every time you change charts, it resets. Or if you open TradingView on your phone and you open it on your computer and you change it on your phone, it's going to reset to what it was previously because it never saved. So yeah, I mean, it's a simple fix. You just got to click save now. It'll save your chart information. That's how you would save it. Because the problem is every time you don't save, it just goes back to what it was before you saved it. That should fix your options right there. So anyways, going back to US 30 over here, I don't see anything really coming up. It's prices below the pivots. Let me look at the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are currently at, it's right down the middle. So it's only down 9 points, which is nothing. There's really no bias here on the fundamental side. It's kind of just going sideways. Yeah, they're pretty much matched up. Like Goldman Sachs is up 2 points, Visa is down 2 points, American Express is down 1 point, JP Morgan's down 1 point. They're pretty much right down the middle. if you guys have been following me, you guys know that we're looking for a negative 100 or a positive 100 number here in order for the fundamental bias to confirm itself. Looking over here at market sentiment, there's still a ton of people short. So what I kind of see happening here is we're probably going to see a back and forth movement. Price didn't keep going back and forth until there's enough sellers here for them to spike it all the way up. But yeah, for the most part, we're probably not going to see too much movement because there's no news this morning either. So looking at this right here, we got 30-year bond auction at 10 a.m., but I'm already done trading by then. Currently, right now, the next news event that's coming up is natural gas storage at 7:30, but I don't think that's really going to affect the market at all. So, I mean, it's good to see that my analysis from earlier is playing out perfectly. I mentioned that price was either going to reject off the Asia low, and if it did and it broke below, it reject off the London low. So just looking at this right here, for people who would have caught this is a big push up, at least 500 or 600 pips. Yeah, I haven't really taken any trades myself, but looking at you guys here, Angela locked in a total of 488 this morning. Great work, Angela. Let's see what else we got over here. Let me check my messages with Kenton. Let's see. So Ken said, Asia starts, which is 11 p.m. for me, which is UK open, which is 8 a.m. for me. So yeah, so Ken, for here in the, we have different time zones, but the time still changes around the same time. So for me here, the Asia, so this is going to be the Asia close. Where's it at? Right here. So this would have been the Asia close for me over here, I believe, around like 11 p.m. my time, or no, midnight, I believe. Yeah, something like that. It's like 11 p.m. or midnight. So this, I mean, it looks okay to me right here. This looks like, let's see if this, I think everything lines up on my end. I'm not sure what time, because I checked on the session time calculator. We can change the time, but I'm not sure if my time might be off or yours is correct, because that was the problem that I had when I was setting it up too. Because I have it set here for, all right, so I have London opening at 11 p.m. my time to 7 a.m. And I got this time here from looking at the sessions chart over here. So let me just check this FOREX. Because the problem with my time is that we're daylight savings time. So that's where it kind of overlaps a little bit. So let me check this over here. Yeah, so this is basically where I pulled it from, Los Angeles time, and it lines up perfectly with what we have here, Ken. So right here, London opens at 11 p.m. That's why I have it right here at 11 p.m. And I just lined everything up to like what it says here on the website. I'm not sure if the time is right or wrong, but for the most part, I'm just following what it is here. So I'm not sure if that's the proper time, but this is what it shows on my end. So that's why and this is because there's different markets, right? London opens at midnight. That's normal London, but Germany market opens at 11. So this is why I set it to this over here. And then same with New York opens at 5. Same situation both ways. But yeah, it might be off by like an hour or so. So I'm not sure if you're here, Ken. Yeah, but yeah, this is how I set it up. So yeah, there might be an hour difference because I don't know if you guys follow daylight savings there. But for me, this is what the time would be for us in the US. It'll go back in the fall once we end daylight savings time for us here. And then hopefully it'll be a little more accurate. But anyways, looking at US 30 over here, it's just bouncing between the Asia highs and lows, or the highs and lows from previous sessions. So again, right here, it came up and rejected off the pivot plus the Asia New York high from yesterday. So I'm just marking up these areas right here where price is rejecting. And like I mentioned before, price is just going to keep going up and down until it decides to push price one way or the other. So yeah, looking at this right here, it's still 76% of people short. It's not very high. I think they're trying to increase it to close to like 80%. So looking at this right here, if this ends up being the case where price rejects off this point and it continues to drop lower, then this is going to be established as the swing high. So if that becomes a swing high, then we can start to identify where these liquidity zones are going to be sitting. So technically right here, this should probably be considered the swing high. And what I'm drawing right here, guys, so if you guys don't understand what I'm drawing right here, I'm drawing price going from here, which is the high, coming down, retracing back up, and then here's the other high. Because if you put yourself in the position of a resale trader who's shorting the market right now, if you see this right here dropping, where would you put your stop loss, right? If you enter a short position right here, where's your stop loss going to be? It's going to be right above here, right? It's going to be right above here. So what happens is when price comes up and triggers everyone's stop losses right here, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to hit some liquidity and it's going to push up even higher. So this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to come right back. As price continues to drop lower and lower, I'm going to keep drawing more liquidity zones. And that's going to be fine because the pivots are moving with it, right? The pivots are dynamic here. So as price moves down, as soon as it decides to swing back up, we'll be ready to catch those pivots in that direction and not get caught in any reversals. So that's my main goal right here. My main goal is not to get caught in these fake outs or reversals because I don't want to get caught where it comes down and then all of a sudden it just spikes all the way back up. So let me see if there's any other lows here. I think on a 10-minute. All right, so if price breaks this London low, the next low is going to be way down here. This is going to be the New York low from yesterday, which is at 35,240. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But just looking at the fundamentals, price is currently, the index is currently down 38 points. It's not very much, but it's still down 38 points. So the majority is short right now. Plus the fundamentals are pointing towards the downside, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes or so. This can easily shift back up at any moment. All right, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we're just gonna be waiting for any possible entries as we catch this come down lower and lower. Mark's asking if there's no news to affect the market, why are trading conditions better? Because we're at the all-time high, Mark. It's the same thing that we talked about yesterday, right? You asked the same question. You asked, why is the market, why is it risky? Because it's at the all-time high. So there's no news. That's why market's moving a little slower, but the conditions aren't better because we're still at all-time high. There's other factors in the market that affect it. It's the same thing that we talked about yesterday. Patrick's asking, hey, Shawn, will the high-low indicator be ready soon? Probably should be ready by the end of this week or maybe by today. I just have to publish it on the K2 trading view page. It looks like it's good, so I'm probably going to publish it for you guys probably today, if not tomorrow, so that you guys can start using it. The only problem is that TradingView, they've updated their system, so like I can't just like copy people over from like who had access to the other indicators. I would have to input everyone's name individually, which is going to be a little bit of a hassle, but I'm going to try to do that for you guys either today or tomorrow. But yeah, so basically, guys, what I'm looking at right here now is I'm not really looking for any entries. I'm looking for price to continue coming back up and down. So I hear price comes down. If it comes back up and comes back down, I'm going to draw another liquidity zone, around this area over here, so that when price finally decides to reverse, we're going to catch all that liquidity. We're going to be able to spike up from here. And then when price breaks this area right here, we'll be able to catch that even higher up to here, right? To the new all-time high. So it's just a game of patience at this point. As you guys don't want to hop in and then end up getting caught in any reversals. So right here, you can see price is currently breaking below. The next area where it can reject from is way down here. So we might be able to see this drop, quite a bit. All right, so let's see, it's starting to drop below. Let's see if price actually closes below here. We have about 1:30 left on here. So once it does, if it does close below here, then it might continue to drop even lower. Kevin's asking, morning, Shawn, do you still trade the daily entry on the 10-minute time frame? Not really, because the summer market volatility is too low. It ends up being longer than a daily entry because we don't usually have 1,000 pip move. We don't usually have a 1,500 pip move every session. Like looking at, for example, yesterday, right? So yesterday, even though we had a big move yesterday, so from 6:30 up until 6:30 is right here. Here, let me just show you real quick. I'll show you on this site because it's easier. So looking at the market from yesterday, if you were to take the snipe entry, or what you would consider the snipe entry right here, you would still be holding on to the trade. Price doesn't move fast enough during the summer to take entries like that where you're going for a 1,500 pip move. So if you took that snipe entry from yesterday, you'd still be holding on to it, and it's barely moving in profit right now. So this is why we don't really take the daily entry anymore, because the market's just not moving. When the market picks up in the fall again, fall, winter, spring, then we'll start taking it again. But right now, there's you'd literally be holding on to this trade for more than 24 hours, and it still would barely even move. So this is why we don't take the daily entry right now, because market volatility is too low. It's not as fast as it is during on season, which is the fall, winter, and spring. So anyways, going back to what I was looking at over here, Sinatra's asking, would you take any sells? I probably wouldn't, because you're going to be trading in the direction of the retail traders. So I personally wouldn't take any sells. I mean, if you want to take some, you can, but just keep in mind that price will probably reverse on you at any given moment. So like right here, 77%. I'm anticipating this to go up to maybe close to 78, 79, maybe 80. And then once it gets close to 80, you can start to see a reversal happening. So currently right now, there just isn't anything for us to take personally. What I'm looking right here, what I'm looking at next is I'm looking for, let me just delete these little ellipses over here. I'm looking for this to come back up. So right here, when it comes back up and comes back down, I'm just going to draw another zone. So right here, see these zones that I'm drawing? This is the all-time high. This is the previous swing high. We can probably even draw this longer like that. So this is the previous swing high. And then as price continues to swing, we're just going to draw some more areas of liquidity. Because you guys can see here, the last time that happened, see, we had the all-time high right here. As soon as price came down and it came up and broke it, it shot up even higher from here. So if you take this buy here, you can make some profit off that little move up. But yeah, right now it's just it's really just a game of patience. We're just waiting for an actual entry to appear so that we can take it on up. But yeah, I wouldn't take any sells. Let's see. Duggan said, see what you think about the German market. When the US 30 gets quiet, I took a buy 30 minutes after opening. Would you have taken that? I'm still in the trade. Let's see, what the German market. So Duggan, for the German market, are you talking about the DAX? I'm assuming you took the DAX, right? So you took the DAX 90 minutes after opening. Do you have the actual timestamp so I can pull it up? So let's see. If you're talking about the DAX, I'll go over to that right now. The DAX 30 is right here. You said, what do you think German market when US 3 gets quiet? I took a buy after 90 minutes after opening. I believe opening happened. So that's about a minute. That's about an hour 30. So market opened right here. You entered at about an hour 30 right here. So you took this buy right here and then you held on to it, right? That's what I'm assuming. So you took the buy right here. You're still holding on to it. You must have caught some massive profits off that, Duggan, because this thing pushed up super high. If you took the buy and just held on to it, I mean, it looks like it's still coming up, but you would have to, what I would do is if you're still in this trade right here, Duggan, I would move your stop loss with the pivots. So see how we have the pivots right here? I would just put your stop loss right there at the lowest pivot, and then as it continues to move up, higher and higher, you just keep sliding it. So you just keep sliding it higher and higher. And then if it does come back down, then you get automatically stopped out with, as much profit as you possibly could while still monitoring the trade. So I'm not sure if this is the one. If you want to confirm, I mean, it looks like a great trade. If you took that one right there, 90 minutes in, it's been a big push up. It's been up about 1,247 pips at this point. Yeah. So this is the trade that you took. It's a great trade, Duggan. And this falls under the requirements too, because if you've been following the the K2 pip, K2 1 minute pivot scalp strategy, it fit all the requirements. So 1, confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or 2B, confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So if you were looking at that with these requirements, we have a valid K2 momentum signal right there. Price is above the pivots for 2B. So that would qualify as an entry right there. And it looks like you could have just held on to it for quite a bit. All right, back to US 30 over here. Let's see what's going on. Is it still coming down? Let's see. So it came down right here, and then now it's starting to shift back up, which is normal. This is what we're looking for. We want them to keep stacking up these sells so that we can possibly enter for the buy when it comes right back up. So right here on the 1 minute. So if you guys do want to take these trades, I mean, you can. So Sinatra, if you want to, I mean, you can, but I'm going to give you a heads up. It's going to be pretty risky until this number gets to above 100. Then I'll probably start looking for some real entries. But currently right now, the sentiment is just way too high. With the sentiment this high at 76, 77, price can easily reverse at any moment. Like it can just spike all the way back up. And that's something that I'm not really trying to get, I'm not trying to get caught up in that. So I'm going to go and draw some more zones right here as well. Came up, came down. So this might be another, we'll see what happens here. I'm going to draw this right here as a possible, I wouldn't say liquidity zone, but maybe like a weak one. Because I'm doing the same thing here that I'm doing on the 3 minute, on the 1 minute. So as price comes down, swings back up, establishes a swing high. Price comes down, comes back up. I don't think this is a swing high right here. It's not really a strong rejection, but I'll just keep it marked up. So if we do see something in that direction, we can, identify it as a possible reason for it to spike up. Nice, Duggan. Yeah, so Duggan said, I use your strategy for your entry. I also have been working on a swing trade for a European session when the fundamentals line up. And yeah, you locked in some profits, definitely. Nice work, Duggan. Yeah, no problem. Glad to see that you're locking in some profits during a London session. All right, so I'm still waiting for this over here. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. Let's see. So a lot of you guys locked in some profit today. Even though I didn't take any trades myself, looks like Steven over here, he's catching the drops as they continue to drop lower. So Steven over here, he's taking the risk. He locked in about 3,113. Great work, Steven. Romani over here, he took a couple buys and a couple sells, locked in 679 on one account. And then his second account, he locked in 1,040. Great work, Romani. Killing it, guys. And Song over here locked in a total of 4,285. So a lot of you guys here are just listening to what I'm saying off the live session. Even though I don't have any trades, you guys are paying attention when I'm telling you that price is likely to reject off certain points, right? So you can see the rejection here off this London low. And it looks like a lot of you guys took a buy when I called that. I didn't necessarily call it a trade, but you guys understand, what I mean when I talk about these things here. So some of you guys took some buys here. Looks like Ensong took some buys. He locked in some pretty massive profit right here, catching the rejection for those buys right here as price swung up, because price swung up about 500 pips. And it looks like every time it bounced, Ensong hopped in and then locked in some nice profit right there. So great work, Ensong. Tommy over here locked in a total of 5,360. Great work, Tommy. And Tommy's looking for another 80K to 100K a month. So Tommy, he started with me about a couple of months ago. Tommy's like one of my best friends here, like in real life. And he's been following me for a long time, but he never decided to trade until about 2 months ago. Last month, he got an 86,000 payout from FTMO and about a 26,000 payout from Funding Talent. Funding Talent hasn't paid him yet, but FTMO did pay him. And he's trying to shoot for another 100K month for August. So definitely great work, Tommy. Continue to push up, higher and higher from there. All right, Larishna here as well. Looks like Larishna took some sells, locked in a total of 470. Great work, Larishna. Let's see, anyone else here? So if you guys have any profits you want to send over, go ahead and send them over. But yeah, I personally don't have any trades available yet for myself. I'm just looking for it to swing back up until I could hop in. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Let's see. I'm going over here to, I'm just checking out the admin chat right now, see if anyone sees anything. Nice. Brittany over here too. Brittany locked in a total of 359. Great work, Brittany. All right. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid this morning. Even though I don't have any trades myself, you know, I'm just being patient because the market is moving kind of funky today. Looking over here, looks like the fundamentals are starting to drop. So if the fundamentals are dropping, we can maybe start looking for some sells here. So possibly right here on this 1 minute, I'm going to mark this up. I'm not going to take this trade. Just keep in mind, this is a very, very risky trade. I'm going to mark this up because this is technically a 1 minute scalp for the people who are looking to take this. So I'll mark this up here. I'm probably not going to take it because it is very risky. It's overextended to the bottom pretty heavily, but it looks like it's about to hit full TP. 1 minute full TP. Yeah, I'm not in this trade. I'll just follow it for you guys for whoever is deciding to take it because it looks like a lot of you guys are taking trades right now. Yeah, the reason I don't want to take it is because it's so low. It's currently like it's dropped so low already where it can easily just swing all the way back up. And that's exactly why I'm not going to mess with it. Charlie said a shout out to the fake Tommy account. Yeah, guys, there's a ever since Tommy started doing well with FTMO, there's been a lot of fake accounts, or I wouldn't say a lot. There's a fake account with Tommy on Instagram. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I posted it up on there. So I don't know if you guys want to call Tommy or you want to call him Eric. I mean, he probably goes by both names now. Looking over here, so EW locked in a total of, yeah, definitely some great work there. Total of, let's see, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, like well over 1,200 it looks like here. Okay, so yeah, she made 1,000 this morning. She said made about 1,000 this morning. Thanks, K2. So great work, EW, there with that. Let's see what else we got here. I'm tempted to hop into this for like a small little move. Let me see if I could. I just entered for a small move. I'm gonna see if I could just catch, you know, whatever I can from this. Let me see where the TP is at. TP is at 35, 382. So if I do the math off that, that's like 35, 362, I'm assuming. Right? Is that too low? No. All right, so I'm currently in here right there, full TP, boom, locked into 790 off that trade right there. So whoever caught this trade right here, great work. You guys heard my MT4, I executed the trade. So I got into that really quickly and I'll send you guys my profits. So I'll just give you guys a little update in the group for whoever caught it with me right there. You know, these moves are fast. This is why it's important that you guys understand the strategies that we're applying so that you guys can hop right in whenever we take these trades. And I'll send you guys my profits right now as well. So Brittany locked in at 359. Great work, Brittany. EW locked in a little over 1,000 right there. So let me just give you guys a little update here. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys actually caught this with me. DJ over here, Dell locked in a total of 488. Great work, Dell. Cheryl over here locked in a total of 1,100. Great work, Cheryl. Let's see, DJ over here locked in a total of 300 basically. Nice work, DJ. Leilani over here. Let's see. So Leilani saw this right here too. Oh yeah, you caught that. So Leilani over here, she's been like focused on this on the snipes. She like spot on entry right there. A solid entry from the original K2 snipe. Before we didn't use the momentum requirement, so technically that would have been valid, ignoring the new momentum environment. All right, cool. So Maddie over here too. Maddie locked in 700 in total. Great work, Maddie. And let me just give you guys a little update with my profits too. So let me just pull this up over here. Oh man, crap. I used the wrong lot. I was supposed to increase the lot size on one of my trades, but it's all good. Let me, because on one of my, I have two FTMO accounts. On one of them, I'm kind of taking riskier trades. So I'm taking an increased lot size above the normal 10 that I take. While on the, my original one, I take just normal trades. But here, I'll just show you guys my profits right here. I think it's pretty much going to be the same for both. Yeah, I don't think the price changed at all, but I'm going to give you guys the update over here. And then I made like 10 bucks on my personal because I'm only taking a 0.02 lot size on that one. All right, so there's a full TP right there. I locked in on both my accounts about 790. So 790 times 2, total of 1,580 off that one trade right there, that 1 minute scalp. So I mean, it's pretty solid. It wasn't like amazing, but it was all right. I was trying to shoot for about 1,000, but I pulled out. The spread caught up with it where it was like a couple pips, and then also I closed out slightly before because pricing was a little different. So locked in some nice profit off that K2 US 30 1 minute scalp. All right, so I'm just going to copy this over so that you guys can follow along. CSQL here, let's see what CSQL did. CSQL locked in a total of 6,313. Great work, CSQL. 2 trades right there, 2 sells. Not sure if you stacked those on, but it looks pretty solid for what you took right there, CSQL. Copy this over right there. Copy this over right there. Let's see, EW said, I held on to these for a while, just closed them out in my other account. So EW over here is up 5,302. Great work, EW. So she's up about 1,000 on her other account, and then she's up 5,000 on this account right here. Roman over here said missed breakout, but caught a little profit. So Roman over here locked in a total of 252. Great work, Roman. If you guys have more profits that you guys want to send over to me, go ahead and send them over, and I'll add them to the list over here. Larishna locked in a total of 597. Great work, Larishna. All right, let me just get Rob his links real quick. All right, let me see. Damn, Tommy over here too. Tommy, now he's up 8,776. Nice work, Tommy. Man, Tommy's gonna have to go buy that Clase Azul for today. We're having a meetup here at my place with some of the K2 people later today. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see us all together here at my spot, basically the K2 headquarters. Later on today, I think a lot of guys are coming here. We're going to talk about trading, mastermind, probably go bull, stuff like that. But yeah, definitely great work right there, Tommy. Drinks on Tommy today. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. Kenton said a 10-minute sell. So let me go over to the 10-minute over here. Yeah, so we got a sell signal here on the 10-minute. Let me see if there's any zones that are nearby. All right, so we got that right there. I'm just drawing some like closed zones right here so that we can identify if there's any new snipes. But I don't really see anything available right now necessarily. So yeah, we got that sell signal there. So what I'm looking for at this point is I'm looking for this to swing up. And then reject off, somewhere over here, and then come right back down. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. There's nothing here on the 3-minute. Let me check the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are now down 100 points. So we can start looking for sells at this point. Now that the fundamentals have confirmed it, we can probably expect it to drop a little longer. Where I expect it to drop is probably going to be where the New York low is, which is down here. So we got a long way to go. Price will probably drop quite a bit. We still got 1,000 pips. So price might continue dropping today before it comes back up. But I mean, it's all good. We're watching it. So right here on the 1 minute, I'm looking for a tracement up and then catch it as it comes back down again. So I'm going to go and change this zone right here and just move it to this point over here. All right, we got that right there. Looking here on the 3 minute, this is pretty solid too. There's not really much going on anymore at this point, because price is continuing to drop. Let me check the market sentiment. So you can see right here, market sentiment is starting to shift, right? It was like 77%, now it's 75. I think a majority of these traders here are starting to pull out because they're getting scared. They're anticipating, some sort of reversal to happen. So as this number continues to decrease, either one or two things are happening. People are getting stopped out, or they're just pulling out of their positions because they're scared that price is going to reverse on them. If that's the case, and this number goes from 75% short to 75% long, then you can see price start to shift in the other direction. So we're basically just following it, and we're going to move with wherever the the bias is pushing us. It's 7:14 right now, so we still have about 20 minutes till 8, which is when I stop trading. So hopefully we catch another scalp before then. So here we go right here with the retracement up to the upside. We want this to retrace up, and then we want to catch it as it comes right back down. But yeah, looking at market sentiment right here, a lot of people are pulling out of their positions because now it's at 75%. We were hoping for it to increase, but it's starting to decrease now. So the sells might be okay. All right, let me see if there's anything else over here. All right, let me just message people over here. All right, cool. So if you guys have any questions, right now is probably the best time because there's no entries available at this time. If you guys have any questions regarding any of the K2 strategies, if you want me to cover any of the strategies, if you guys want me to cover, trade psychology, risk management, FTMO, lot sizing, any questions in general, guys, I'm here to answer your guys' questions, right? Like I remind you guys almost every day, if you guys aren't on this list of profits over here, like everyone has been every single day, I'm here to make sure that you guys join this list. So just looking at the list of profits over here, this is what everyone's locking in daily, right? You can see the same people almost every day. Here's the timestamp for today. Tommy made 8,000. You've seen Tommy on the list every day. Larishna has been on the list every day, 600. These people ask for help. Roman over here is up 300 for the day. You see these same people on the list every single day, EW2. If you want to be on this list, and there's a problem, because the thing is, if everyone's killing it and you're like the one person that's not killing in K2, you're probably doing something wrong. So if you want to fix that, you just have to ask me or ask any of the admins so that we can help you guys, get better. Because you guys see, like, if I scroll to any day here, here's from the 11th, right? Yesterday, it's the same person, Tommy. Yesterday, Tommy was up 3,000, right? Today, Tommy's up 8,000. Going back to yesterday again over here, you can see Larishna, right? Larishna was up 3,000 yesterday. Right now, this morning, Larishna is up 600. So, people who ask for help, they succeed at this stuff. If you guys need help with something, I can help you, but I can't help unless you guys ask questions. So let me see. Gallo said, I'm starting my new FTMO tomorrow. Any information I should be aware of, KT family? Not really, Gallo. As long as you do the same thing we've been doing, for the past, I don't know, I guess year now, you should be fine. What I would recommend is, if you want to almost guarantee your pass, obviously I can't guarantee it for you, but if you want to almost guarantee your pass, just take the trades that I take in the morning. Because what happens here with a lot of people is they take trades with me in the morning, and then they try to trade in the afternoon, which is like the worst time to trade, which is Asia session. And they end up blowing all the profits and then some more on top of that. So if you want to pass your FTMO, what I recommend is just stick to what I trade in the morning. And then once you're funded, then you can do whatever you want to do. But I think, the pressure of passing your FTMOs is usually what gets to people. And they think they have to trade all day to get to that point. But realistically, it's not necessary. Ben said, hey man, so have a lot size risk management question. I'm looking, it's a new looking strategy. Do you use one stop loss for 1 minute entries and different stop loss for 3 minute at set amount pips or dynamic previous high lows? So Ben, I'm not sure if you watched the videos for the 3 minute and 1 minute, the 3 minute and 1 minute pivots. I'm assuming that's what you're following, right? The new scalp strategies. The TP stop losses are different for those. For the 1 minute, the TP stop loss is 100 pips, TP 300 pips stop loss. It's a negative risk reward, but this strategy almost always hits. So that's why we're able to do that with the lower timeframes, because it is a scalping move. Also for the 3 minute, it's a 250 pips stop loss and a 500 pips. Oh, sorry. Here, I'll just do it right here. I'll write it up for you guys here. So right here, this is going to be the K² US 30. Sorry, I'm getting a ton of signals right now. Let me just put this right here for you. So this is the K² US 30 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a valid K² momentum signal. For 2A, you want to confirm a break and close past K² pivots 3 and 4. Or for 2B, if 2A doesn't fit, it'll be 2B, confirm price. Man, every time I get an alert, it messes it up. Confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. And then after that, your TP, fixed TP stop loss, 100 to 300 pips. So this is it for the 1 minute. So like, for example, right here, you can see that we had an entry right here. We have a valid K² momentum signal for a sell. We want to confirm prices breaking, closing past the K² pivots 3 and 4. The pivots are up here, so this doesn't apply. We go down to 2B, confirm prices below for a sell. So we're looking for a sell here. We enter that short position right there. TP stop loss is set at 100 to 300. And like I mentioned, it's a negative risk reward because this is just a safety net to catch any volatility. So right here, price comes down, full TP right there. That's how the 1 minute works. For the 3 minute, it's slightly different. So same, basically the same gist of it. Let me just copy this. It's just your TP stop loss is different. So for the 3 minute, your TP stop loss is going to be, because it's a bigger, it's from 1 minute to 3 minute, it's a bigger move. So instead of going for 100 pips, you're going for 250, and your stop loss is going to be 500. But it's going to be basically about the same risk reward. This is actually a little better than the 1 minute because it's a bigger move. So for example, right here, if you were to take this position right here, and I'll rewind it for you so that you can see. So again, same thing right here, right? So looking at this here, you want to confirm a valid K² momentum signal. Right here, we have a sell signal. 2A, you want to confirm it's breaking, closing past the pivots. Right here, it's already below the pivot, so we skip that. Go down to 2B. Make sure that's below for a sell. And right here, it's below. So with that said, you enter a short position, you let it run, and there you go, full TP for that move right there. So that's the difference between a 3 minute and the 1 minute. Those are the two that are a little different. The reason why they vary is because of the time frame, right? It just doesn't move as quickly as it does on the 1 minute. So that's why you need to change it a little bit. Let me check the chat over here real quick. Ven said, how do you differentiate between signals? Because I see you don't take all trades. You kind of have to listen. Then if I tell you I'm taking the trade, then I'm taking the trade. If I tell you I'm not taking the trade, I'm not taking the trade, right? That's how you can differentiate, because right before the trade, I tell you if I'm taking it or not. I think you're on the YouTube, right? So you're probably delayed over there. If you're on the Zoom, which is live, you can hear me when I tell you that I'm taking the trade or not. That's why it's important that you guys are on the Zoom, because if you're on the YouTube and you're delayed 30 seconds to a minute, by the time we enter a trade, we're probably out of the trade with profit already, and you're probably still in it, being stuck in that position. So I think that's probably where you see the disconnect, because you're on the YouTube, so it's a little delayed. But if you were on the Zoom, then you would know that I'm in the position or not. But that's why it's important that you guys understand the strategy so that you guys don't have to wait for me to call the trade. If you guys understand these requirements here, you're already looking for the actual trade there. Yeah, Charlie said YouTube is super delayed. Yeah, for the strategies here, this is why it's important that you guys follow the strategies so that you guys are waiting for the trade before I even call them. That's why a lot of people here, if you look in the Zoom, I'll be talking to you guys and then someone will randomly pop up and say, hey, Shawn, there's a 1 minute entry coming. So I'll go and pull it up and then it's already ready. So this is why it's important that we all help each other with this, because if we miss the trades, then we don't all make money off it, right? But if we all catch it, we could all make profit off that one. You know, we can make it all off that one trade there. So Ven's next question said, what are your confluences in besides the K2 signal? So Ven, I'm not sure if you're new here, but I go over the confluences for every single trade. I look at the technical confirmation. I look at the fundamental confirmation. I look at market sentiment. And that's pretty much it for the most part. On top of that, I use the other K2 indicators over here for identification of possible rejection points. So I'm not sure if like you just joined the group, Ven, but I go over all the confluences before we take the trade. So first I look at technical bias. I make sure that price is confirmed on, you know, multiple time frames, a 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute. And then I go on the fundamental side. I look at the daily index. I see where the number's sitting right now. If it's above 100 or below 100, that's going to indicate that it's a strong, strong bias to the downside or to the upside. On top of that, I look at the actual index over here and I look at how many stocks are red and how many stocks are green. On top of that, I look at the futures data. And on top of that, I look at the market sentiment. So I'm not sure if you're new here and you haven't noticed that, but every time I take a trade, I look at all the same requirements every single time to confirm the move. Yeah, no problem, Ben. Ben said you change your lot size depending on which time frame you trade to keep consistent with 3-minute with a 3% risk, for example. Not really for myself, Ben. I take a 10 lot for all my trades, which is equivalent to a 1 lot. I basically base all of my trades off a 500 pip stop loss. So the thing is, so this 1 minute here, even though we have a 100 to 300 pip stop loss here, or no, your stop loss is 500 pips, I give it some cushion. So like, for example, here, if I was to take this here, and my stop loss is right here, right? But say market is super volatile. Sometimes it's just super volatile, right? If it's very volatile, then what I do is I'll just move my stop loss a little higher to, you know, not get caught in the spikes in price. So for me, this is how I would do it. I base all my trades off the 500 pip stop loss because the 10-minute is a 500 pip stop loss. The 3-minute is a 500 pip stop loss. And the 1 minute is technically a smaller stop loss, but I give it some cushion. So everything's based off of 500 pip stop loss. So I'm always risking about the same percentage, regardless as to whether I'm trading the 1 minute, 3-minute, or 10-minute. And also for that too, I use it as a as an allowance to basically hop into a trade. So like, say for example here, say we're here on the 1 minute, right? And we have an entry here running. Say I go to the 3-minute and there's another entry that comes up here. I'll just hold on to this trade a little longer to reach the 3-minute TP. So then you can reach more profit as well. But I base everything off the 500 pip stop loss. So that's basically where I would set it at. I mean, depending on how big your account size is, for me personally, I'm trading a 10 lot. So that's like $10 a pip times 500, right? So I'm able to risk 5,000 per trade. I'm risking about a 5% risk because I only take about 1 to 3 trades a day anyways. So my max daily loss is 10,000. So if I lose one trade, I'm probably going to call it a day. And that'll just be equivalent to me using proper risk if I was trading multiple trades during the day. But for me personally, we rarely lose. I probably lose like maybe once or twice a month for the entire month. So I'm able to take a bigger risk, right? I can take a 5% risk and be okay with it because more times than not, we usually do hit RTP. So that's how I would personally do it. So for you, I would, depending on what your account size is or like what your max loss is, I would just divide that by, by 3 so that you can risk between 3 and 5%. That's for the most part what you would set it at. Deswell said, Shawn, all your trades are 500. They're not, Deswell. So for the breakout, it's 500 pips TP and stop loss. For the 3-minute, this is what the fixed TP stop loss is. So this is only for the 3-minute. The 1 minute's different. It's 100 to 300. but the breakout and the 10-minute are set at 500 to 500. So they're not all a 250 to 500. That's only the 3-minute scalp. See, Isaac over here locked in a total of 145. Great work, Isaac. Let me just send this link over to Rob real quick, because I don't think he can find it. There we go. All right. No, Eric. So Eric's question over here is asking, what do you do then after a loss? Do you increase your lot by the next day? No, Eric, that's gambling. That's called the martingale strategy. You definitely don't do that. That's how you blow your account. Eric's asking, because with the 5-to-1 risk to reward, that means you will need, there's no 5-to-1 risk to reward, Eric. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. It's a 1-to-2. Yeah, where are you getting that number from? A 5-to-1? Yeah, the stop loss right here is 300, Eric. It's not 500. It's 300. It's a 1-to-3. This is a 1-to-3. This is a 1-to-2, and this is a 1-to-1. So I think you're confused. I mean, you've been here for a while, Eric. I'm not sure like where your confusion is. Eric, I said I base all my trades off of 500 pip stop loss. I was explaining to Ben over here, you know, what my lot size is based off. I said I use a 500 to 500 here. I use a 250 to 500 here. I use a 100 to 300. He's asking about lot sizing. Lot sizing, I'm using a 10 lot because it's over here, right? This gives me more cushion if I want to hold on to it longer, but I don't hold on to it longer. So I think a lot of you guys are getting confused. Like Eric, I think you're getting really confused because you've been here for a long time. You already know what the TP stop loss is for this. I was responding to Ben with his lot sizing question. So guys, try not to get confused here, because if you guys have been here for a while and you're getting confused now, you know, you're doing a harm to yourself, because you're starting to confuse what you already know with what I just explained to someone, because they're asking about a different question. He wasn't asking about stop loss. He was asking about lot sizing. So he was asking if I use a different lot size because each stop loss is different. And I said I base all my stop losses off the bigger time frames. I'm basing it off the 10-minute. I'm basing it off the 3-minute. The 1 minute's the only one that's different because it's 300. But he's asking what my lot size would be, and I don't change it because everything's based off these over here. So just want to confirm that you guys aren't getting confused, especially if you guys have been in the group for a while. If you guys are new, it's fine to get confused because you guys aren't familiar with it. But if you guys have been here for months and then you're starting to get confused about my explanation here. So yeah, I just want to make sure you guys aren't getting confused, right? Because some people are asking certain questions, but I don't want you to mix lot sizing with stop loss, because that was a totally different question that Ben over here was asking. Last thing I want for you guys to do is actually understand what we're doing, and then, you know, it going all out the window because you guys heard something different here, or you got confused with what I was explaining from a different type of question. So there's a 1-minute scalp right here, possibly coming. Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to take this trade though, because it's kind of just consolidating now, right? I generally want to take it when it's bouncing down, bouncing up, and then coming back down. But right here, it's kind of just going sideways at this point. Price is now just going sideways right here. And you can see that just by drawing these little areas right here. So we got this, then we got this. So just keep that in mind, guys, that price is kind of just consolidating. This is something that you guys have to keep track of too. Just because you guys see a signal there, you want to make sure that it's actually moving directional before you hop into it. Dwayne, here, let me scroll up real quick. Let me see if I missed any other questions here. Dwayne said, which Telegram is the morning Zoom link come through? It comes through in all of the groups, Dwayne. So it gets posted in the K2 premium signals. It also gets posted in the trade talk, and it also gets posted in the premium chat. Eric said, okay, so it's 3-to-1. You still need 3 winners in a row to get back a loss. But Eric said, but I know we win more than we lost. Yeah, Eric. You've seen the win rate before, right? So like, here's another reminder, guys. A lot of people who come from different groups don't understand, the whole thought process of using a negative risk reward. Not that you don't understand it, Eric, but we've had a lot of people complain in the past that they don't want to take these trades because they don't feel comfortable using a negative risk reward. If you guys don't feel comfortable with the negative risk reward, then don't take the trade, right? You're not required to take these trades. You're not required to make profit with this. You can trade however you guys want to. But I'll just show you guys the numbers over here with the breakdown, because I'm just going over like other conversations I've had with other members here who are new, who are used to losing at trading. Because if you're used to losing at trading, I get it. You don't want to take negative risk reward because you're anticipating that you're gonna blow accounts because you're gonna keep losing. But we rarely lose over here. So like, for example, for August, we have 7 wins and 0 losses, right? 100% win rate for the month of August. For July, we had 35 wins and 3 losses. So going back to like whatever Eric was saying over here, he said you need to win. So we have 35 wins, right? If we have 3 losses times 3, so 3 times 3, that's 9. You'd still be in the profit, right? Because you'd still be in the profit 35 wins out of 3 trades. So, if this doesn't work for you guys don't have to trade this way. I just want to make that clear because a lot of people here have been asking about that. They're asking, how do I make my win rate better? That you make your win rate better by not taking bad trades. Because, we're very careful about the trades that we take here. And we don't trade similar to like what a lot of other people trade. So that's why it's a little different. There's different types of ways to trade. If this doesn't sit well with you, then don't use K2, right? We're going to keep profiting regardless, whether you guys want to trade like us or not, because we've been trading like this for years now. It obviously works. But it's up to preference. If you guys want to take the trade, take it. If not, then that's on you. You can just keep watching us stack up these profits. Roman said, excited to trade once summer is over and once volatility picks up. No, I agree, Roman. Same here. It's been a lot more riskier during the summer because price kind of just goes sideways. Like, for example, right here, it's only 7:30, but generally from 6 to 8, price is usually bouncing like back and forth, like really quickly. It's just going back and forth. In the summer, it kind of just moves slow, especially when there's no news going on. Hey, Vishnu, morning. Awesome, Vishnu. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, let's see. So we have another pending sell over here on the 1 minute. Anything over here? But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask away. I want to make sure that you guys are able to, be the best trader that you guys can possibly be, because it's possible. Like I was telling like a couple of the other guys, trading can be for everyone, but it's not for everyone, right? If you treat trading like you're gambling, then you're not gonna do well at it, because you're probably gonna blow accounts by over leveraging and over trading. But if you guys use actual strategy and you guys take things properly, then you guys should be perfectly fine. Let's see. Mark said, do you think FTMO freeze trial will help me with my trade psychology and risk management? As long as I take the trades you take, I should be fine and not take matters into my own hands just yet. It's really up to you, Mark. It depends on how you perceive it, right? If you're perceiving this, like this is a trial, I can do whatever I want on it, then it's not going to help you with trade psychology. Because once you go to your live account, you're just going to make the same mistakes you did before you went to your trial. So yeah, exactly. Abraham said, real money feels different always. So yeah, Mark, just like I agree with Abraham. I never do demo. Even when I started trading, I never did demo. I traded with a smaller account, but I never did demo. Because even if you're losing pennies or you're losing dollars, you're gonna feel the emotions, right? You're gonna feel scared. If you're trading a demo account, or a trial account, you're not going to feel those emotions. So for some people it helps, for some people it doesn't. It's really up to it's really up to you if it helps you or not. But for me personally, it doesn't help me at all. Because the thing is, if I'm trading demo, I don't really care. I could take like these super risky trades and not have to worry about it. Essa said, I have a question about the TP. So if I see that my trade was perfect entry, do I move TP more or do I keep it the same? Me personally, I keep it the same, as I don't I don't get greedy and move my my TP. Or what you can do sometimes is have no TP and just adjust your stop loss. So say, for example, you reach your TP, move your stop loss to your TP and then let it run. That's one way to do it. But if you're trading on the shorter time frame, scalping, you know, a lot of times here you can easily end up losing all your profits if you end up moving your TP but not your stop loss. I would recommend moving your stop loss, not your TP. If you want to have no TP, that's fine, but I would never move your TP and not move your stop loss. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Morning. Nice. Bobby said first time here. Hi, everybody. Cool. Looking up here at this 1 minute, this is technically an entry right here, but I'm not going to take it. This is the one that we were looking for. The reason why I didn't want to take it was because price is just moving sideways right now. I'll keep following it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow it. If I see it drop lower, then maybe I'll take it. But I think for right now, it's basically just going sideways at this point. Looking at the fundamentals over here, this is now, it's still down about 100 points. Looking over here at the market sentiment is starting to drop, right? You can see a lot of people are pulling out of their positions. As these retail traders pull out of their positions, you're going to see price spike up slightly, because in order for them to take a sell, like in order for them to get out of their trade, so say for example, they're in a sell position, right? In order for them to get out of it, someone needs to take the buy. So as these people here are exiting their sells, people are taking buys, and now it's pushing price to the upside. And that's why you see this moving this way. And this is exactly why I wouldn't take this 1 minute here. I'd probably take a 3 minute, but not a 1 minute. I'll let this push up slightly, and then if it comes back down, I'll hop into it. But the sentiment it's starting to weaken. It's not heavily on the downside. Let's see. Carrie said, I'm down 3,200 in my FTMO 100K challenge. My challenge will be finished September 3. Do you think I can recover? I'm getting concerned. I'm done trading myself. No, I mean, that's pretty, it's pretty easy for you to come back from that, Carrie. I don't see why not. So Carrie said that she's down 3,200. So here, I'm just going to break it down for you, Carrie, because it's really not that difficult to do the calculation. So for example, if you're down 3,200, right, you're taking a 5 lot on 800K, and you have till September 3rd. That's a long time. That's like a really long time. So say if you take our breakout trades every morning, right, you're doing a 5 lot, which is what we recommend here, a 3 or 5 lot, somewhere around there. And you're going for 500 pips, right? You've already made 2,500 off that one trade. If you're down 3,200, you know, divided by 2,500, you only need about 1.28 trades to win. So you need basically 2 good days of trading to make it back. I feel like a lot, not just you, Carrie, but a lot of people, they just get way too scared because they're not used to seeing these bigger numbers. You know, it's basic math. You just got to calculate how much profit do you make per breakout, and our breakout almost always hits, right? If our breakouts almost always hit, you only need 2 breakouts. So you need 2 good days out of 5, which this entire month, we've had no losses. We've had 7 wins and 0 losses. So if you were following the trades that I was taking, and you weren't doing stuff on your own and taking risky trades, then you should be in profit right now, because we haven't had any losses this entire month. But you know, with that set aside, because you have the losses, so you know it's not a what if, woulda, coulda, shoulda type thing. It's, you know, how do you recover from this? You just need to win 2 breakouts. You either need to win 2 breakouts, or you need to win 3 1-minute scalps. If you took the scalp earlier that we took over here, you would have made about was it 500 off that? Or no, so 5 times 100, yeah, 500. You would have made 500 profit off that, and you would have easily recouped, you know, some of those losses that you're currently in. So I think you're fine. I think you need to if that happens and you feel worried, just take a step back, you know, probably stop trading for the day. But you're not that far down at all. You have a 10,000 risk as well, so you should be completely fine to recover from that. No, definitely. What I recommend, Carrie, is to just you know, just copy the trades that I'm taking in the morning. If I'm taking a trade, and if you spot, so what you can do is you can identify trade. You can look for trades, and listen for me to call them myself. So say, for example, you see a trade here on the 3-minute, right? And you're not sure, you're worried if you should take it or not. And you see me marking it up myself, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this trade. Then that's gonna be a confirmation that, probably it's gonna be a really good trade, because I only take trades that I know are gonna win. I rarely take trades that are risky, and I rarely take trades that are, possibly gonna lose. And that's why we have such a high win rate here, because I'm very careful with my trades. I look at all confluences, I look at all confirmations, and I make sure that this trade is like 100 before I take it. Yeah, so you're fine, Karen. Give it some time. I mean, you have a lot of time left. September 3rd, you have like literally an entire month to pass it. I would probably recommend that you avoid trading on Mondays and Fridays though, because those are like the riskiest days, just so that you can make it back to your profit goal. Let's see. Kevin said, hi, Shawn. Do you have any specifics on trade psychology, like key do's and don'ts? I mean, it would depend. What's your problem with trade psychology? Do you overtrade? Do you not hold your trades to full TP? Or, do you hold them too long past stop loss? Your trade psychology is going to be by the person. So like, depending on you, everyone's different. Like some people overtrade, they revenge trade. Say you have a loss and then you should be taking a break. Some people like to keep trading after that and they end up losing way more than they should have. So what I would recommend is you like sit down and actually understand what's your problem, because you can't solve that problem unless you man up and you actually, you face it head on. A lot of people, they run into problems with trading and they just ignore it, right? Like they know that they revenge trade and they keep revenge trading. They don't actually sit down and understand, what's my problem here. So what I would recommend for you is to determine what's your problem. Like, is your problem revenge trading? Is your problem over leveraging? Is your problem over trading? Do you take like 100 trades a day and you end up losing more than you win? There's once you figure out what your problem is, you can solve it. That's just basic logic there. But a lot of people don't want to solve their problems. They want to keep going in that same circle because they think that they're just getting unlucky or the market's just not working in their favor. Michael's asking, how do I get into the Zoom? If you want to get into the Zoom, if you guys are brand new here on the YouTube, if you guys want to get on the Zoom, click on K² Trading Signals over here. This is how you'll get access to the Zoom. If you want access to these K2 indicators right here, so that you guys can apply the strategies on your own and pretty much lock in profits like everyone here, right? So I took one trade myself, just one trade. Jeff over here took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades, and he's up 1,669, right? If you want to take as many trades as possible, like Tommy over here, Tommy's just playing around. And he took a trade on his own right here, and now he's up 10,000 for the day, right? Tommy's up 10,000 for the day. If you want to make this kind of profit, and you guys want to have access to these indicators and these strategies, click on K2 strategy course right here. This is how you'll get access to everything. You'll get access to the Zoom, you'll get access to the indicators, you'll get access to the group mentoring sessions, you'll get access to everything. And that's where you'll get your best bang for your buck. Like, if you sign up for that and you make 10,000 in a day, I'm sure that's a pretty good investment, right? For you guys to complete it. So that's how you guys would get access to it. But yeah, going back to what I was just talking about with Kevin, if you guys have any problems with trading, you guys have to just sit down and you guys have to man up and you guys have to face your problems. Like if your problem is over trading, you guys have to fix that. If your problem is over leveraging, you got to fix that. That's the only way that you will that you'll get better and that you could bounce back from whatever mistakes you guys have made in the past. Falcon's asking about the pivots. They're somewhat based off that. They're not necessarily just that, Falcon, but there's other factors to it. It's not just that alone. DL said I overtrade really bad SMH. Yeah, no, exactly. That's a problem with a lot of people. It's overtrading and it's revenge trading. Mark here, he said mine is revenge overtrading after a loss. So what I recommend for you, Mark, is if your problem is revenge trading and overtrading, once you take one loss, just take a break, step away from your computer, or just stop trading for the rest of the day. For me, that's what I do. If I ever suffer a loss, then I just stop trading for the day. But you can see here from our results, we barely we don't have any losses here at all. Like literally for the entire month of August, it's been pretty solid. Actually, is that from this month? Yeah. I'm like confused if that's from this month. Yeah, from this month, you know, we haven't had any losses. So that's why we have such a high win rate here, because whenever I have a loss, I just call it a day. I stop trading for the day. And that's pretty much how, you know, for August, we have 0 losses and 7 wins. For July, we had 35 wins and 3 losses. For June, we had 62 wins and 2 losses. And I mean, if you guys want to do you know, so if you guys want to see like what our win rate was, like for, say for July, right? We had 35 trades, 35 wins plus 3 losses, a total of 38 trades. So if you 35 divided by 38, for the entire month of July, we had a 92.1% win rate for US 30 for basically all the trades I take here on the live session. Same with June, right? For June, we had 62 wins and 2 losses. So 62 divided by 4, or no, 62 divided by 64. We had a 96.8% win rate for the entire month of June. And if you guys want to go back and vet that, go watch all of my live sessions from June. You know, it's available to you guys. You know, I'm completely transparent with you guys here. All my trades here are taken live. So if you go here on the page, go to videos, and you can see I have 3 years of live trading every Monday through Friday. So if you want to go back and watch all the trades from June to see if I actually took those trades or if we actually won those trades, they're all marked up right here. Like, go watch every session from the month of June or the month of July. You know, and this is as transparent as you can get. I don't know if you can get any more transparent as live trading, because I call the trades live, I take the trades live, I show you guys the profits live, and that's how you know, that's pretty much how it works. All right, let me check the questions over here real quick. Bobby said, so in order to trade along with you, as far as the delays from YouTube, we need to sign up for the course package. So this could be a learn and earn as you go. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, Bobby, if you want to do it that way, you can. Because if you sign up for the full package, you'll have access to the Zoom where you can have real-time access to my trades. So like while I take trades, you can just take whatever I'm taking. And then if you want to learn the strategies, like everyone else here, like this, you know, it's 3-minute strategy, this 1-minute strategy, you can learn this on your own, like on your own time. So as you're learning this, you can still make profit by just copying my trades. Because a lot of people here don't even, I mean, like, not to call anybody out, but there's a lot of people here who don't even know exactly what they're doing, right? So if you go over here to these profits, I'm not going to point anybody out, but there's some people here who just don't know what they're doing and they just copy what I take. It's not EW. Whoever I click on here, it's not them. But I know a couple of people here that don't know what they're doing, and they just copy every trade that I do on the live session, and they make some pretty nice profits, you know, along the way. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can do that, Bobby. But in the end game is that I want you guys to actually learn how to trade. Like, I want to make sure that you guys actually get this stuff down. So that's my goal. But it's really, you know, it's really up to your goals. If you don't want to learn how to trade and you just want to copy my stuff, that's cool. But long term, you should definitely learn the strategy so that you can, you know, keep up with everyone else here. All right, let me scroll down real quick. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to ask away. Other than, I don't really have any entries here. On the 3-minute, price is just consolidating. The 1-minute price is just consolidating as well. So we don't really have any entries available right now. So right now I can answer questions, but currently there's just nothing for us to take, you know, at this moment. Hey, what's up, Smokes? Smokes said, what do you think about MT5 for FT motion? I've never used MT5, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, Smokes. So I don't think it makes really a huge difference. Sisuk said, I used to overtrade as Shawn. I used to average about 80 trades a day. Yeah, Sisuk was like one of the guys that traded like insanely. Like his, here, let me see if I could pull it up here. So if I go to like a random date, I think like probably in June, right? Sisuk, this is when you're still trading like crazy. Let me see if I can scroll up to see Sisuk's trades. Because Sisuk shared his trades here, and you can see that this dude takes like 50 to 80 to 100 trades a day, but he actually hits, like they actually hit profit. Let me see if I can find one of your profits here. Sisuk. But you guys can see, like, there hasn't been a day this entire year where people haven't profited. Let me see if I can find. I don't see Sisuk here. I know you gotta be on here, Sisuk, because you used to take like 100 trades a day, and we're like, damn, how does this guy do that? Like, he's literally trading on the like 1 second there's a lot of people here who have profited with us over the year. I wish there was a way to search. No, I can't. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have been in the group for a while, okay, here we go. CSUP. So you can see CSUP here on June 10th. Look how many trades he took. He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like well over 30 trades. And he only made 452 because he took so many trades here. So this is what you would call over trading, right? You don't have to take this many trades to make 400 bucks. You can probably take one trade and make more than this. And this is, this is just what CSUP used to do. This was him every single day. He would take like 50 to 100 trades every single day. He would make profit, but it wouldn't really add up to much because he was taking such a small lot size and just like micro scalping here and there. But he does well, so you've seen CSUP in the group. CSUP's one of the K2 admins. He's been with me from like the very beginning. And he's gotten better. He's learned to take less trades with a bigger risk. Like, so this is CSUP in June. And then here's CSUP today, right? Where's CSUP at? I know you made profit like yesterday, CSUP. Okay. So here's CSUP today. Now he went from making 400 bucks and taking 100 trades to now making 11,000 and taking only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. So he cut his trades down to like, I don't know, like 90%. And now he's making like, a whole bunch more profit. So, it just goes to show that if you guys are with K2 for a while and you actually understand what we're doing here, you guys can, level up your trading very easily. So looking over here, let's see what other profits we got over here. So let's see. You guys are like joking in the chat over here. So I'll let you guys see what's going on over here. Isaac over here locked in 145. Let me check the admin chat real quick. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and ask your questions and then I can answer for you. Let me check. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at the admin chat over here. Javid said, hi, sir. Nice to see you are making money. Javid, you've been in this group for like months, bro. And you asked for that question like a lot of times. There's no discount, Javid. For you, I'll give you a price increase. Javid, I feel like you come into this group like every couple of weeks and you're like, hey, can I get a discount? And I tell you no, and then you ask me like a week later, like I forgot. Like I know your name because you have such a like your name's not a common name. So yeah, GB, I mean, if you want a markup, I can give you a markup, but discount definitely not. And I'm just messing with you guys, right? Like we have a lot of members here in K2 who come and go. They join, they go and trade with other groups and they come back. But yeah, GB, there's no discount that's available. The price is actually going to increase because the demand's so high. There's only one of me, there's like hundreds of you guys. So I can't help every one of you guys. I mean, technically I could help every one of you guys, but I don't have that effort to make everybody a successful trader, right? Like you guys have seen people in K2 here. We have a ton of people here who are successful traders who've been trading with me for months now, if not years. And, I'm getting to a point where I don't really want to teach anymore. I'd rather just help people who are in K2 and help them get better, because everyone here is killing it. You guys have seen everyone's profits. I'll just go over to everyone's profits from this morning. So here's a timestamp from today right here. You can see Tommy here locked in 10,000. Jeff over here locked in 1,669. So if you guys are here and you guys really want to learn, I'm here to help you guys out. If you guys are looking for a discount or trying to cheap out on K2, the subscription is cheap enough as it is. If you're making 10,000 and you're paying for a K2 subscription, make 10,000, a day, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. But my goal here is to just make sure everyone within K2 is doing well. I want to make sure everyone's averaging like, in the 1,000 range. Jeff here locked in 1,699. Tommy's profits earlier were 8,000. Larishna locked in close to 600 here. Yesterday, she was up 3,000. Roman's up 252. So I want to focus on people that are already in within K2. And I just want to make sure that everyone here is doing well. So That's like where my focus is going towards now versus like finding new people to join K2, because I'd rather just have people here do really well, because what we plan on doing next is open from K2, where I get the best traders and then trade my capital. So basically, I want to get all the best traders within K2. I'll fund you just like we're doing FTMO, but you guys are gonna get better terms. Romano here up 679, Steven up 3,100, Angela here up about 500, KC here about 2,413, JMac over here at 1,661. Oh, that's from yesterday, sorry. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see here everyone's profits. Everyone's doing pretty solid overall for the most part today. Let's see, Maddie locked in a total of, let's see. So Maddie said, didn't reach my 2K goal, but a ban will do it. So Maddie locked in a 1,161. So Maddie's actually going on vacation next week, huh, Maddie? You're going over to, I think, Cabo or something like that. So he's trying to lock in as much profit as he can before he leaves for his vacation. He locked in about 1,260 this morning. All right, Owen over here locked in a total of about 80 bucks right there. Nice work, Owen. Yeah, Matt's going to be in Cancun. That's going to be fun, bro. Wish I could be out there. All right. Yeah, just seeing how everyone else is doing over at Larishna as well. Larishna locked in 3,632 down. Nice work, Larishna. Larishna is killing me. You can see, so Larishna is like one of like the members who has been with K2, and she was really struggling in the beginning. I don't want to show all of her combos here, but Larishna has been with K2 since, like, I'll scroll all the way up from her first combo. We were up. She's been with K2 since June of last year. She was asking K2, asking about Forex and all this stuff. And she signed up, right? She finally signed up. She's from Jamaica. She said, we could help a lot of Jamaican traders. So she looked, I'll show you what Larishna was making in July. So July of last year, right? July of 2020, she was making cents, right? 18 cents per trade. This is what she was doing. She was making very small profits, like in the cent range, right? She was making like 80 cents. Like it wasn't very much, 75 cents. I fast forward till today. We're now in 2021, August. Larishna is making 3,632. So as you guys can see, if you guys have perseverance and you guys actually learn this stuff, you guys can go from making pennies to be making thousands. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's possible. So just to, just to show you guys Larishna's path. Like Larishna has been with me for over a year now. And, she went from making 18 cents to making 3,000 in a day. So yeah, definitely great work here. And if you guys ever want to, like, there's a lot of people here who I know that I've worked with for a long time, and I've seen them progress over the years or over the months. So let's see, Henry over here too. Henry locked in a total of 895. Great work, Henry. Yeah, other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let me see if there's any other questions. Here, let me scroll up real quick and see what did I miss. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I missed your question, just put your question in the chat again, and then I can answer whatever you guys had needed help with. So let me scroll up real quick. Henry said, let us know before you raise the price. Had to downgrade my subscription until I passed FTMO. Yeah, and I'll let you know, Henry. It's probably going to be within the next month or so, but I'll let you know. And if that becomes the case, you've been a member for a long time, Henry. So just message me. We can work something out to give you your original pricing. Felix over here is asking, Shawn, can you go over how you would analyze NASDAQ if you were to trade on New York Open like for today? Yeah, sure. Why not? So let's go over to the NASDAQ real quick. I'm going to do the same thing that I did prior. So the same thing that I do for US 30, Felix, I would do the same thing for NASDAQ. So for example, here, I pull up NASDAQ on the 10-minute, I pull up NASDAQ on the 3-minute, and then I pull up NASDAQ on the 1-minute, right? So looking at this right here, I'm just gonna mark up where the market open was. Market open was right over here at 6:30, right? Again, for right here, market open, sorry, delete that. Market open was here at 6:30, and this is the same exact strategy. I don't trade NASDAQ, so I can't tell you exactly what I would have done. Like I can't be like, oh, I was going to do this or do that, but I'll show you what I'd be looking for. So I'm just going to rewind it to 6:30 so that we can look exactly like as if it was real time. So again, right here on the 10-minute, we'll go back to 6:30 as well. 6:30 is right here. We'll just replay that to that candle right there. Okay, so looking at the NASDAQ right here, you can see that price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red, right? So the technical bias right here on the 10-minute is a sell bias. Here on the 3-minute, same situation. Price is below the pivots, the trend meter is red. Lastly, on the 1-minute over here, price is below the pivots and then the trend meter is red. So looking at this candle right here, I probably wouldn't have taken this. And one thing that you have to take into consideration is fundamentals too, right? So I'm not looking at fundamentals now because it's too late. We're already 2 hours into the market, so it's not going to work out well. But if you were to look at the fundamentals, you would want to make sure that the NASDAQ, you can pull it up here, just click on, NASDAQ right there. You want to make sure that it's more red. It's more red than green. Right now, it's not going to show because we're like 2 hours in, but this is where you would look. And then you'd probably want to look at the market sentiment as well. But just going to the technical side, if you were to follow this right here, you'd wait for the next following candle to be a strong bearish candle. You want a candle that looks like this. You want a candle that looks like this right here, like one of these two candles where there's a big red candle, but little to no wick on the bottom, right? For this opening candle right here, there's a big wick, so we wouldn't have taken that trade. For this next one right here, this one's perfect, right? Little to no wick right there. I would have taken the sell right here, but this would have been risky. The reason for it being risky is that it's at the London low right here. So I don't trade NASDAQ, so I don't know what the range would be. I'm assuming it'd probably be like 150 or something like that. Because for US 30, it's 500, but NASDAQ is measured differently. So for example, here, if you were to take that, you would have hit your full TP. And that's how you would have executed this trade like we do for US 30. It's the same gist of it. You just look at, you kind of have to figure out what the TP stop loss should be too, because maybe it should be wider. Maybe, 150 is too low. Maybe it should be 250. I don't know. I don't trade NASDAQ, so I'm not the person to ask what the good range would be. But it looks like 250 might have been the sweet spot, or maybe even higher, 300. Who knows? I personally don't know, so I can't really tell you. But if it was 250 or if it was 300, you still would have hit TP regardless. I probably wouldn't use 500 because they're not measured the same way. And that's, that's pretty much how you would have applied it there. Let me scroll up real quick. All right, I'm gonna knock out the rest of the questions and I'm gonna call it a day because it's already past 8. I'm usually off by 8, but I'm gonna answer whatever questions here are left over. So Kip said, I'm still pretty new here, but I'm thinking it's almost time to restrict new members to invite only. I saw what K2 did to funding talent. We make too much profit and it shuts down prop firms. Yeah, no, exactly, Kip. That's one thing that I've been looking at as well, because from what I heard from people who are in funding talent and people who are in like these other trading funding companies, a lot of these funding companies are watching us now because, our consistency, we're just winning too much, right? If you look at all the profits here, like funding talent, I don't know what exactly happened with funding talent, but you guys can see here, a lot of people are locking in like at least 1,000 each, right? 1,000, 3,000, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. Like if people in K2 are locking in thousands of profits every single day. And a funding company like funding talent, who doesn't necessarily copy everyone's trades, gets caught with the bill because people can pass their challenges within like a few days. Like funding talent had to shut down their indices for a while because we kept trading indices and, everyone here is killing it. Everyone's making like thousands every day. And if they can't pay out all these people, this is why we kind of have to limit our signups with K2. Because the thing is, like, although we're all making profit, we don't want it to hinder the people who are already in K2 making a ton of profit every day, right? That's why I only recommend FTMO to you guys. FTMO is the gold standard with funding companies. I would never recommend anything else other than that. So yeah, just like what Kip said, we might have to limit our signups because there's just too many people profiting every day. And we want to make sure that our people who are profiting continue to profit and there's no problem with it, going in between. So, we'll see what happens from here. Anyways, let's see if I saw anything else over here real quick. Any other questions? Let me see if I missed anything here. Albert locked in a total of $17 right here. Nice work, Albert. And then his other account, he locked in 149. Great work, Albert. Straight wins. Kevin Lim over here. Kevin locked in a total of 1,418. Great work, Kevin. 100%. And I think that's it for now. I don't see any other questions here. Let me check the Zoom real quick. I'm just going to knock out all the questions and I'm going to call it a day. Let's see. Roger said, why does my trend meter look different from yours? It's probably your settings, Roger. So depending on what your settings are set at, you probably have it set to the intraday settings, which has it set to like 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. If you want it set to these, to the scalping settings, just go to your K² trend meter and then have it set to same as chart. You probably have it set to this 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. You would need to set it to same as chart if you're scalping because you're not intraday trading. If you're intraday trading, then use intraday. But if you're using, just scalping, then make sure to keep it with that specific time frame. All right, we have some more profits here. Jeff Rockwell locked in a total of 473. Right where Jeff. Joshua over here. I'm sure you did this while at work, right, Joshua? So Joshua's at work, locked in 516 off his first account, and then his second account locked in 177. Yeah, Joshua said in Europe, and internet's not good. And I remember you told me you were going to be traveling this month. Nice. So yeah, Josh is over here traveling for work. He's in Europe, still profiting every day with us. So there's no excuses, guys. Whether you guys are working, traveling, or doing whatever, you guys can still profit either way. So let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I'm missing. Peter said, even though we didn't take many trades, today's session was fire. No, definitely, Peter. Yeah, I learned a lot from you guys, and we all learned a lot together. Miles said, yeah, just for educational aspect. Gerald said, I know how to set alerts, but I don't know exactly which ones I should set. I want TradingView to alert me once or right after a vertical bar line closes. So if you want it, I mean, you're kind of doing a little extra with that, Gerald, because the thing is, if you want to be alerted twice, you're probably going to get like a ton of alerts on your TradingView. But if you're okay with that, go ahead and go to alerts here. If you want to be alerted every time a signal comes up, then you set it to once per bar. So whenever one comes up, even though it doesn't close, set it to once per bar. If you want it to alert you once it closes, then have a second alert, set up a second one, and then have it set for once per bar close. But you're going to get alerted a lot of times, so just keep that in mind. It's probably easier for you to just look at the chart and then wait for it to happen rather than have 100 alerts come up every day. But it's up to you. If you want to have 100 alerts come up every day, that's completely fine. It's just up to preference. If you can, honestly, I can't handle that beeping every day. That's gonna give me a headache if I hear that beeping every single day. Melinda over here sent in her profits. Let's see. Melinda locked in a total of 300, 400, 500, 600, about 700 here, 700, 800 bucks. Nice work, Melinda. Great profits right there. Yeah, so you guys did pretty solid for the most part. Gerald said, I don't understand why they won't pay out. I'm thinking profits come from the market. Money talent acts like they have to pay it. No, they do have to pay out of pocket, Gerald, because they don't copy everyone's trades. They're one of the few companies that actually admitted to not copying everyone's trades. So that's why. So what happened was there was a lot of people in K2. There's like hundreds of us here, and if hundreds of us just hopped onto funding talent and we all start profiting and passing challenges within like 2 days, and they don't copy our trades, then they're gonna have to foot the bill, right? It's gonna come out of pocket because they don't copy everyone's trades. The thing with FTMO is they actually copy the trades, so that's why they're a little different. Yeah, just like what Philip said here. Philip said, I'm guessing they ran out of funding money, so they didn't copy people's trades to the market, thinking they wouldn't make a huge profit. And boom, one trader makes like 86K, and then that's that. So, I'm not gonna go keep talking about funding talent because I'm not here to bash the company. It is what it is, that they're the company that they are. But I'll never recommend funding talent to anybody. Yeah, they don't copy the trades, Rizal. You can go and Google it, search it up. Their CEO said that they don't copy the trades. So that's why if a lot of people join their funding company and they all make profit right away and they don't copy the trades, then where does the money come from, right? It's going to have to come from their challenges But the thing is, we don't fail the challenges. So people they need to keep paying people out, and they don't have the money to pay everyone out. But you guys can come to whatever conclusion you guys have. I'm not gonna delve into it because it's not my problem. I don't use FTMO. I mean, I use FTMO, but I don't use funding talent. So if you guys are using funding talent, you guys have issues. I hate to say it, but it's not my problem because I don't use it myself. So yeah, if you guys want to try them out, go ahead. But I'm not going to recommend them to anybody. All right, let me see. So I think that's it for the questions here. I don't see anything else. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Let's see. Larishna just sent. So they just changed up the rules again. So for funding talent right here, again, guys, I don't care about funding talent. I don't use them. So if you guys want to use them, Larishna just said, she's like, seriously, because I guess they weren't charging commissions. Now they're charging commissions on indices and metal. They're trying to make it impossible for you guys to really like profit trading these assets that they've lost a lot of money on, because people are like doing really well with this specifically. So if you're in the premium chat, you guys can see what Larishna posted over here. But I'm not going to delve into it. Like, I'm not going to get in between funding talent or FTMO, but I'm always going to back FTMO because I've been with them for over a year and they've been pretty solid. So I think other than that, guys, if you guys haven't liked the YouTube stream, if you guys can like it, that'll definitely help us continue to find, more new people who want to learn how to trade and who want to profit with us here. But other than that, I'll see you guys here tomorrow for the next live session as we wrap up the trading week. Otherwise, I think I'm done here for the day. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. And if you guys have questions, reach out on Telegram or reach out to me on email, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Let's see, Jalan over here locked in 2,810. Nice work, Jalan. Yeah, big congrats to everybody here. But yeah, I'll catch you.